Welcome back to another edition of the Linc Up featuring Symone Stanley, Lord Brunson, and yours truly, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. And I'll tell you right now, we've been doing a lot of winning as of late. These past 4 weeks have been great for the spirit, great for the soul. You know, food tasting a little better, the sun is shining just a little bit brighter. And I know we got so many different opinions about the way that game ended, Eagles versus Jags, 28-23. The stat line makes you feel like they blew them out by 20. But the game was much closer than that. And I really can't wait to pick the brain of LB and Symone because, again, I know people have their full range of opinions, and there was plenty of good to talk about. But for some reason, for obvious reason that is, the bad can sometimes overshadow it. But before we get too deep into it, I want to get y'all thoughts about how y'all feeling, man. Like, talk to me. What's going on, Mom? What's going on, LB? Like, just break it down. How y'all day going so far? How's y'all Monday treating y'all?
Ladies first.
I'm feeling amazing. You know, now that my blood pressure, everything has settled down from yesterday, I'm feeling amazing. We're on a 4-game winning streak. Dallas is food. They next up. It's really nothing to complain about right now. I mean,
it's always something.
Not right now in my opening intro.
So I gotta echo those sentiments. You know, I feel the same. You know, we're on a 4-game winning streak. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts has been in a triple-digit rating, you know what I mean, for the last 4 weeks. 6 rushing touchdowns, 6 passing touchdowns, no turnovers. I want to start off right there by talking about the quarterback because I believe he is on an MVP stretch right now. Saquon Barkley, 950 yards so far on the season. We literally like just halfway through for real. And AJ Brown, the news came back clean. AJ is okay. You know what I mean? So I feel good. What we y'all? We 7-2, 6-2?
6-2, yes.
I feel good. We already had our bye, got that out of the way. The rhythm is cool. The team is gelling well. Zach Bond, Kobe Dean. How about those two guys getting interceptions in the same game, coming alive? Hey, they look like 2 Pro Bowlers. Zach might be all pro. You gotta start having these type of discussions right now. It's guys that's showing up. Isaiah Rodgers showed up. You know what I'm saying? Keely Ringo on special teams this year. He already took a buck punt to the crib. He recovered the muff punt. It's a lot of guys that know their role and that's doing what they're supposed to be doing. Do you want me to stop right there? I'm just saying. Do you want me to stop right there?
Yeah. Hit the brakes.
We got stop right there.
We got so much to unpack, and I want us to do this as smoothly and cleanly, and I want to make sure we get everybody their roses because it was a good game for a lot of people. Right. So I don't want to overlook anybody. I want to take this piece by piece. Let's just start here. Let's start with the good, right?
Right.
The bad is the easy conversation. Let's start with the good, right? Let's start with the quarterback, right? You mentioned it. Jalen Hurts, no turnovers. Versus Jacksonville, he goes 18 for 24, completing 75% of his passes on the day. 230 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, a 132.3 passer rating. He also gives you 13 carries. Now, you can take away 3 of them because he did kneel it 3 times at the end of the game. So basically, he gave you 10 carries for 67 yards, averaging over 5 yards an attempt, 1 rushing touchdown, no turnovers. No turnovers, clean, effective football, picking his spot to win to impact the game, keeping drives alive. The Philadelphia Eagles, if I'm not mistaken, they were well over 50% on 3rd down. 4th down, that's another conversation. We're going to get into that. But then over the past 4 games, 60 for 83 for Jalen Hurts, 72% completion percentage, 844 pass yards, averaging 10 yards an attempt, 6 passing touchdowns, an average rating of 127.5. He gives you 44 additional carries, 159 rushing yards, 6 rushing touchdowns, no turnovers. He's been clean. He's been potent. He's been completely dominant of the opposition. Give me your breakdown, your perspective of the journey Jalen Hurts has had to travel from week 1 up until now. Symone, let's start with you.
I would say really just blocking out the noise and staying true to himself. There was a lot of noise early on because, again, there was a lot of mistakes, a lot of turnovers, but I'm just glad that he never lost his confidence. Whether that was a boost with AJ Brown coming back, whether it was the bye week, whatever it was, him staying confident. You heard Devontae Smith saying yesterday that big catch, that big touchdown catch Devontae Smith had. That's just the confidence. He said that's the confidence that we have in each other. So like still being confident, making those throws in those tight windows, and not losing his confidence because he was a little, the turnovers was a little issue early on. So I'm just glad that he is still Timothy. He stayed poised. He stayed true to it. Yeah, Jalen's been going crazy. We even seen with the legs, him just being so much extending for the first downs. We saw that yesterday too, him extending for the first down, but still taking care of the ball. We saw that in the game against the Bengals as well. Them legs coming back. So I'm just glad that we clicking in at the right time. We was a little funky early on, but we got that funk out the way early. These other teams was getting funky late. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're right. We definitely peaked. We peaked at the right time. And Jalen ain't do nothing that I didn't expect him to do. You know what I mean? People said they wanted to see more after the Browns game. I'm like, no, he already back. I already knew what time it was. You know what I mean? I could tell how the way Jalen Hurts is approaching the game right now is that he got eyes in the back of his head, damn near. He watching out for the strip sack. He watching out for everything. He is protecting that ball like it's nobody's business. So, the bounce back of Jalen Hurts, it almost makes sense. You're talking about a guy who was in MVP conversations the last two seasons at some point during the season in them seasons. When we was 10-1, they was talking about Jalen being MVP. Then the team collapse happened. You don't get that. He had second team All Pro the year prior to that. This time around, you know what I mean? After the Dallas win, we're going to start talking about Jalen Hurts being in MVP conversations again. Didn't Minnesota just lose? Or did they win? I don't know what happened over there. Minnesota just lost.
Minnesota is currently on a 2-game losing streak.
That's what I'm saying. Minnesota lost. You know what I mean? Who else could you be talking about being that guy in the NFC
LB,
not Jalen Hurts right now?
I think the point you're making right now is a good one, and that is, and you said it already, the Philadelphia Eagles are hitting their stride at the right time, whereas all these teams that came out hot are starting to, in some shape or form, decline or, for lack of better terms, come back to earth.
Exactly.
Right? The New Orleans Saints, very much, they're in the dirt.
They
be beyond back to earth. They're in the dirt. Who came out very hot. They were considered one of the hottest offenses in the first 2 or 3 weeks, right? Then they met us and we broke them. So that's that. Nobody want to talk about that, but we'll leave that where it's at. Then the Minnesota Vikings, Sam Darnold. Oh my God, have they figured him out? Have they solved the Sam Darnold puzzle? Is he an MVP candidate? 2-game losing streak. He's back to earth. He loses to the Colts last night without Anthony Richardson to a backup. Well, they actually won last night. I take that back. No, who won last night? The Colts or the Vikings?
I don't know. Some people are saying the Vikings won. I'm not sure.
Hold on, wait. I'm losing my mind here.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but see,
Minnesota won. I apologize.
Minnesota did one.
Minnesota won last night, but they were coming off of a 2-game losing streak. My apologies. So my timeline was off. The bottom line is Minnesota's coming off of a 2-game losing streak, losing to Detroit, losing to Los Angeles. They bounced back with the win against the Colts, an inferior opponent, as they should. But again, my point still stands. We're seeing these teams come back to earth, and we're seeing a lot of teams hitting their stride or maintaining, right? The Lions, they came out hot, they're maintaining. The Eagles start off a little slow, 6-2 record, back on their stride. The Washington Commanders pretty much started out strong. So we're starting to see the separation now, LB. We're starting to see, okay, who are the real contenders in the NFC? The Lions are for sure a contender, right? The Eagles are for sure a contender. Washington,
the Falcons.
I think the Falcons are a contender, but whether we want to believe it or not, they are a contender. I had them winning their division, and I was right on that so far. And you had to add Washington to that fold because of their record. Now, granted, rookie quarterback roster is still overachieving.
Right.
Maybe they win the playoff game. But those are the 4 teams that have really separated themselves. Lions, Eagles, Washington, and you said the
Falcons.
Falcons.
So yeah, so yeah, when you think about those quarterbacks, the Lions, you know what I mean? Jared Goff been in the Super Bowl. Did you name the Vikings? I don't trust Sam Darnold when it comes down to it. You know what I mean? And I don't trust Kirk Cousins. He never been outside of the second round. So, when you look at these guys in a nutshell, Jalen Hurts is the guy. Jalen Hurts is probably the best quarterback in the NFC. But he just had to go out there and remind guys and show guys. So it's no surprise to me what Jalen Hurts is doing. What you rather be, man? I'd rather figure it out around this time of year than get figured out around this time of year. See, we had to figure it out. You know what I mean? We had a lot of new components, a lot of things we had to work through. We worked through the injury bug. We worked through a lot of adversity, and we 6-2. We 6-2. A lot of people ain't even had a bye week yet. You know what I mean? We 6-2. We went through everything we went through already so far. So you know what I mean? I'm cool. I'm cool in the spot that we in. I'm cool in the spot that we in, man. Josh Sweat is coming alive. You know what I mean? The pass rush is looking like it's getting better and better. Things are happening. You got young rookies that's stepping up all over the field. Guys on rookie deals stepping up all over the field. The only thing that could hold us back is the man of the hour. It's all about surviving Sirianni. It's all about surviving Sirianni, Tone. I ain't gonna hold you, man. It's about surviving Sirianni. It was so much good in that game.
So much.
Did this man say surviving?
Yep.
That sounds like a documentary.
Surviving Sirianni sound like a documentary.
Surviving Siri. Surviving Siri. That's what I'm calling it. I got my guy working on my thumbnail now. Last night was episode 1.
Hold on. Because y'all know it's lunchtime, so I'm in the middle of making my food. Before we get on Nick, I gotta comment on what you said about Jalen. Jalen's definitely the best. Who's better? What quarterback in the NFC would you take over Jalen?
Symone, I'm glad you asked that question because I want to.
That's a good question.
I want to throw some stats. I want to throw some stats
at
I want to throw some stats at you guys to show you guys that having this high-powered passing offense, throwing the ball 30 plus times a game is overrated. I'm gonna tell you why. Right? Listen to this. When it comes to both the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles, who are clearly the best teams in the NFC, right? Detroit is ranked 30th in the NFL in pass attempts. They're throwing the ball an average of 27 times a game. The Philadelphia Eagles, they're ranked 32nd, last in the NFL in pass attempts, averaging 27 attempts per game. You get to the rushing side. Both of these teams are in the top 10 as far as rushing yards. Eagles are ranked 2nd. Detroit is ranked 6th. Both of these teams are, I want to say, middle of the pack when it comes to passing yards. Philadelphia is ranked 20th in passing yards when it comes to 202 yards per game, and then Detroit is 217. Both of these offenses are extremely balanced. They run the ball very well. They're not overexposing their quarterbacks, right?
But this the thing. This the difference though, Tone, with the Eagles offense and Detroit to a degree versus a lot of other offense.
They play very similarly.
They do play similarly, but the Eagles do it different. The Eagles lead the league in 40-yard plays.
Yes.
So we have those explosive plays. When we do pass the ball, the top might get taken off. I think Jalen got to be a top 3 deep ball thrower in the game.
Yes, he is.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
he got to be a top 3 deep ball thrower in the game. So when we do, you know what I mean, have an explosive play, Saquon is also capable of having a 40-yard run, which he's done this year. AJ has a 40-yard reception. Smitty has a 40-yard reception. Dallas Goedert has a 40-yard reception. You know what I mean? We have big plays, and we're extremely balanced. So you know, you got to pick your poison with us. And we knew this coming into the season. This football team is built to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree with that. I also wanted to comment on, because I was in the kitchen. You talking about the real contenders. I would say my real contenders is us, Falcons, Washington, Lions. I would say those are the real contenders. We'll see what the Rams start cooking. We'll see.
No, that's a fact.
The Rams been in the kitchen, but we'll see if they can keep that G up. We'll see. Because they've been under the radar a little bit and they've been getting healthy and they've been doing some stuff. Now, I will say this. I do not want to see the Falcons getting Ojulari. I saw that they're hot and pressed for Ojulari. They blowing up that phone.
From the Giants?
I will say, I do not want to see the Falcons getting stronger. I don't want to see that.
I want to see him get Matt Judon. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I ain't want to see that.
The trade deadline is here, and teams are definitely going to start making moves. And when you look at the Eagles and the Lions in the conference, you kind of look at them and say, where are your real holes? Now, granted, we know the Lions are probably going to make a play for Zadarius
Dang,
Smith.
we did. I did forget about we did forget about I forgot all about the 49ers.
The 49ers.
If they get healthy,
they're not even above 500. I can't acknowledge them.
Okay, but we can't not deny that they've had hella injuries and still been staying in the mix.
We've had our own fair share. You got to weather the storm.
I'm not saying, and they've won games despite injury.
Yeah,
I'm saying you can't say when they get Christian back, when they get all them boys back, that they still not going to be a threat.
Because you're not getting Ayuk back, and I don't think it's even smart to even bring Christian back. They say Christian, he ain't got no cartilage in his knees. He got something going on. He got bone on bone. Christian got what Buddy had, Jai, I think.
When?
We'll see.
We definitely got to see. But I think the Philadelphia Eagles need to bulk up what we got going on, though. I think what the Eagles need to do. Now, a lot of y'all gonna disagree with me. Mm-hmm. They need to get on the phone and they need to call Bill Belichick right now.
And do what?
And trade him for Sirianni. We cannot keep dancing around it. We got to talk about it.
All right,
we cannot keep
let's
dancing
do it.
around
it. He was going to talk about. Are we done with all the positives? Because
I'm not. I still got a lot of positives. Okay. I only talked about one guy. That was Jalen Hurts. I got so many more positives.
Okay. Let's get to it.
Let's move on. Let's get to Saquon.
Positives out the way real quick.
Yeah,
it was Victory Monday.
All right, let's talk about Saquon now. Saquon, phenomenal performance. The brother is spectacular. The brother not human. He's an alien. He's a Martian. You feel what I'm saying? Against Jacksonville, 27 carries, 159 on the ground, averaging almost 6 yards an attempt, 1 touchdown on the ground, gave you 3 catches, 40 receiving yards, averaging 13 yards of reception, a touchdown on a wheel route. Man, toe drag swag. The bull is a demon. I mean, he made the 1 cut, then hit him with the spin, and a backwards hurdle. Who the hell was doing a backwards hurdle? Somebody explain to me what I saw. LB, please.
Was it
a glitch in the matrix? I mean, did he discover he was the one in that moment?
There's no explanation for what you just saw. What you just saw was somebody who is a generational talent. That's what you saw. You saw generational talent. See, and this is what I hate when we got Saquon Barkley. Everybody want to act like they forgot. They forgot. You know what I mean? Oh, Bijan, generational. No. Before you ever heard of a Bijan or any of these other people, it was Saquon Barkley first. Saquon Barkley. Bijan can't do what you just seen Saquon Barkley do. There's nobody that could do what you just seen Saquon Barkley do. Giants fans wanted to tell us that Saquon Barkley was washed. He ain't got no burst. Saquon Barkley, 75 yards away from having a stack already. We ain't never had nobody get. Saquon Barkley will have 1,000 yards after the Cowboys game. We ain't never had nobody have 1,000 yards after week 9, week 10, whatever week it's going to be. We never had that in Eagles history. That ain't Eagles history.
Yeah, over 1,000 yards from scrimmage already. Over 1,000 yards from scrimmage. Total
bro,
yards.
I'm talking about rushing.
Oh, just rushing.
He got over 1,000 from scrimmage already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. If it wasn't for Derrick Henry, who was also another physical specimen, generational type talent, Saquon Barkley would be a dark horse MVP candidate, man.
I think
dark
he is
horse MVP candidate. He gotta be a candidate.
He got to be a candidate.
It's not even dark horse, bro. And let me say this. Y'all remember
and we had a bye. I don't think Baltimore did yet.
Oh, yeah. All that with a bye. Y'all remember Angels in the outfield, how the Angels was moving G around? That's how it looked with that Saquon Barkley. It's like some Angels on the field lifted him up. Because how he floated up. It was he was like -5 pounds.
When somebody jump like that, they got to generate that power from their legs. He just was on an elevator.
That's what I'm saying. It was like he got lifted up.
You got to bend down and you got to gather that. Then you jump up. He just was gone. He was up in the air. So he felt something behind him like a cat.
The spin move. But let me say this. This is why I'm a little bit sick of the Falcons. Last night, I'm talking to Dylan about Saquon. I'm like, man, Saquon in his own island. But Bajan. No, Bajan. I said, do not speak another running back. If you want to say Derrick Henry, whatever. Do not speak another running back name in the same mouth as Saquon Barkley. He talking about some Bajan be going crazy too.
Bro, he looked like
That's why
Spider-Man.
the
Like,
Falcons eliminated.
his Spidey
He
sense was
do.
tingling like
It
yesterday.
definitely was spingling. Bijan be looking crazy. Bijan one cuts is
But
Saquon
y'all
next.
be looking crazy, but not say it's Saquon.
Nah,
And
Saquon
then
just,
it's some other boys.
no, Saquon just upped the score.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
He just
it's
upped the
like,
score, yo.
bro.
You
First
cannot
of all,
mention Bajan.
listen. The crowd was oohing and ahhing off the spinner. We thought, oh, the spinner was crazy.
And
Then
then
the jump after that. Like, he could call somebody to die because you already said, "Oh, what you can't say oh in the same 3 second span. You gonna lose your breath and die. It's
Yo.
breathtaking, bro."
Every time I see the play, all I can say to myself is, yo, this is stupid, yo.
it's
This
insane.
is stupid. Like he said he was just playing ball. Like he said he was on autopilot. He just reacted.
And
That's
how it
real.
was.
That's real. If it wasn't nobody there when he landed, it would have been the greatest run of all time because
Yo.
nobody would have caught him. He'd have been gone after that.
The amount of creativity required to make a play like that is insane.
And was it not third down when that happened?
Yes, it was. Yes, it
Well,
was. It was. Yep.
It's the moment too. Like it's the moment. It wasn't just no random. Like all of that captivated in the moment of it being third down. Like you doing that on third down. Like the impact that play had. And
But also at the same time, though, you got to shout out to Jalen Hurts for
taking a check down.
He took a lot of check downs. Just get the ball in the guy's hands who can make stuff happen. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jalen Hurts for like just taking that and understanding that this guy can potentially make anybody miss on the football field.
He's been very patient over the past 4. He's very patient, taking what they give him. He's not trying to win the game in one throw. He is literally just chipping away, and then all of a sudden, boom, Devontae Smith. And I'm glad.
The thing is, that's the way they played the game, which makes me so pissed off when we get to the negatives. They played cover. They played a cover 2 high shell the whole game.
Mhm.
Sometimes they played a quarters defense, but they did not come out there and say AJ Brown and Smitty gonna cook us. They said that's not going to happen today. What's going to happen is we're going to make this dude force throws or take these checkdowns, and we're going to rally to the ball. When you play the game like that, you got to understand that points come at a premium.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's
points
a very
come at a premium.
Very good point by you. Very good
You
point.
got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to take the points. But Saquon was definitely a bright spot. And it seems like Smitty too, man. When Smitty don't have AJ, Smitty turn into something different.
Yeah.
When we got to lean on Devontae Smith more, he turns into something different. And he was also one of the big catalysts for bailing out Nick Sirianni and his poor decisions because Smitty caught that deep crossing route. Then he was also able to
that was a beautiful throw by Hurts, wasn't it? It was a beautiful throw.
it was a dot. It was a dot.
Yeah. Like
was a dot.
The spiral was tight. It was
a dot.
It was off the charts. I mean, Devontae Smith, 6 targets, 4 catches, 87 yards, averaging 21 yards in a reception today or yesterday. 1 touchdown, quarter 46-yard dime from Hurts on the crosser, like you mentioned. The one-handed go-ahead touchdown. The amount of focus that he exercised in that moment. Snag the C-ball, snag ball, toe drag. I mean, the ball was draping over his back. Jalen Hurts says he didn't even have a clear picture, but he knew exactly where he was going to be because they practiced that rep so many times. And I feel like we're seeing. Okay, when it comes to Devontae Smith, right? He doesn't always get the targets, right? In some games he may have 1 target, then he may have 6 or 7 another game. But what stands out to me about Devontae Smith is his ability to stay focused in these moments, right? It's so easy for when you're not getting targets, it's easy to tune out during the game. It's easy to tune out. And guys drop passes. We've seen that happen on so many different occasions. A guy don't see no targets until the 3rd quarter. Now he can't catch a ball to save his life. His ability to just stay focused and always stay ready for some of the toughest catches. Like that catch was a heat check catch. That's not a 4 reception, 3 reception type of day catch. You catch that when you got about 8 in the bank already. You feel what I'm saying? Like he was the glove, bro. We're gonna start calling him the glove, dog. Seriously, shout out to Gary Payton.
Yeah. The glove, the glove 2.0. And the thing about it is he ain't a diva. So that's why he's always ready. He don't never get too rattled.
Diva.
You feel me? That's why he don't get too rattled. He never too high in his emotions. He happy when other people eat. But when he score, you're going to hear a whole lot of bleeping it out because that's a dog. That's a Heisman winner. You know what I mean? That's a Heisman winner.
Devontae Smith, bro, be having to make the craziest catches, bro.
Always.
The other first down catch he had when it was like defender coming in flying and like he had 0.0002 seconds to make a play, and then that touchdown catch. Devontae got to be doing. He be having to make the craziest catches. It's either like right on the boundary where he got to do some crazy tap dancing, or it's extremely contested and he got to do some crazy shit. How about Dot though? Dot,
shout out to
big
Dot after dot.
Big Dot. Jahan Dotson with that. Come on, bro. Jahan Dotson.
So many people showed their potential and so many people stepped up in this game yesterday. It was just, and I saw a little creativity. I saw some of Kellen Moore. Kyle Katerra been stepping up since Dallas Goedert been out.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He's been stepping up since Dallas Goedert been out. And that makes me believe that when Dallas Goedert come back, that we can run some of these two sets. You know what I mean? Like we're evolving as an offense, and I can see the fingerprints that Kellen Moore has on his defense. Now, I'm on the offense. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, I'm beyond impressed. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Quinyon Mitchell and Isaiah Rodgers had that joint a no-fly zone, bro. It was a complete no-fly zone. Nothing was coming through nothing was coming through in Quinyon International Airport, and in Rodgers International Airport, wasn't nothing else coming through either. It just was locked down. And the linebacking play yesterday, I haven't seen linebacker play like that since Trotter Pop was playing, bro. I ain't seen linebacker play like that since then. This defense, they ready. Gardner Johnson flying to the ball still. Cooper DeJean still. Stop trying Cooper DeJean on fourth down, too.
Bro.
Stop trying him on fourth down thinking he the weakest link. It's not going nobody way. You know what I mean? It was a total, this is the best roster in Eagles history probably, bro. It's the best roster in Eagles history, and you got a chance to make it better because the trade deadline is right there for the taking. It's right there.
I think we got our positives out the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Now.
Not the stage. No, yeah, Rodgers got beat on that 1 4th down, but other than that, I think people was overreacting for that 1 4th down. Other than that,
just to add context to Rodgers,
it was on lock, bro.
A lot of people kind of said, they was kind of giving him hell a little bit, but he was targeted 5 times. Trevor Lawrence went 1 for 5, 16 yards, a 39.6 passer rating when targeting Isaiah Rodgers. So that's pretty much his performance, and that was pretty solid. Pretty solid.
For a first start.
Sidney Brown working. He taking advantage of his snaps too. I don't want to forget about Sidney Brown. He's taking advantage of his snaps.
Absolutely. Quinyon Mitchell was steady again.
N'Kobe Dean.
That
line.
We got to give proper reverence to N'Kobe. He's been stringing it together. He's been stringing it together.
Yes,
he's been making game-changing plays. I mean, having 2 sack games, a game-sealing interception. He's been good in run defense. I mean, N'Kobe is playing like somebody who has been doubted.
Yep.
And let's be fair to him. We never really got a chance to see him play continuous snaps because of injuries, or his rookie year he doesn't get any time at all. Year 2, he's hurt. We never seen him play continuously. This is our first time seeing him play a stretch, and
he's on pace for 100 tackles. So is Zach Bond.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
We got to
pay
Zach.
You got to pay Zach now. You got to pay Zach this week. Whenever he's eligible, you got to pay Zach this week, because right now you can get Zach on a nice 2-year deal.
Sure.
Zach gonna be all pro, and then he gonna be Pro Bowl or whatever. He gonna try up the score. You got to get him now. You got to get Zach Bond paid now.
Right.
That's what I would do.
Now,
all right.
Negatives. Nick Sirianni infamously left well over a touchdown on the board, be it off of failed 2-point conversions, not taking the field goal on 4th down. Nick Sirianni took a minimum of 7 to 9 points off the board, and he needs to be drug tested, because there are certain situations where you cannot, and I repeat, cannot not take the points. When you're dominating an opponent like this, you don't have to always get touchdowns. You're going to get your touchdowns because you're that good, But when you got an opportunity to put more points on the board, just to add that extra bit of pressure, because pressure is pressure. No matter if it's 2 bricks or 5 bricks, it's still carrying a brick. So therefore, if you got a touchdown or you're about 14 points, 14-0, and you got a chance to make it a 3-possession game, because I look at the game as far as possessions, not just the score. How many possessions will it take for them to recover? And when you just when you kick a field goal to make it 17-0, that's 3 possessions. When you try to go for 2, okay, if you get it, that's 3 possessions still. But if you don't get it, now it's only 2 possessions. So why take that unnecessary risk? He took a lot of ugly risk yesterday, and there's a thin line between being aggressive and being reckless. That man was reckless yesterday.
I'd be surprised if we win a Super Bowl with him as our coach. I ain't gonna lie. With how good this football team is and everything we got surrounding us, I'd be surprised if the Philadelphia Eagles win a Super Bowl with him. You see, I'm going to just say it like that. I'm not going to say we can't win a Super Bowl with him. I've been on a get him out of here train since the way last season ended. Nick Sirianni is arrogant. Nick Sirianni wants to make it, he wants it to be known that he is in control some way, and he almost botched that game yesterday. He risked injury with the way that he coached the game, because that tush push shit, if teams got a beat on it, just take the points. You talking about being up 16-0 and then going for 2. It don't even make sense, man. Well, you could just kick the extra point and then make it a 3-possession game. You could the fourth and three, going on for 4th and 3 instead of kicking the field goal don't make sense.
4th and inches.
Bro.
No, it was 1 4th and 3 that AJ ain't get 2. But when points are coming at a premium, you're not even letting them score. And you see that they're not letting you get the big play at the moment. Take the points. It just doesn't make sense. It's arrogance. It's something in his brain that just ain't clicking. This is not how none of the great coaches would approach the game. This not. And unfortunately, you ain't going to win like this playing against Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Doug Peterson is a better coach than Nick Sirianni. Almost caught him. Doug almost caught you. Almost caught you being slow like that. You can't even beat Dan Quinn like that. You can't beat the Campbells. You can't beat a lot of people playing with this type of philosophy. And people want to run around here with this mindset like a win is a win. You can't a win is a win your way to a Super Bowl. You got to play the game the right way. The advanced analytics stuff has ruined it. And you nerds on Twitter, stop getting in my messages talking about advanced analytics. I don't want to hear none of that, bro. I don't care what no computer told you what you should do. You know how to count, and you know that this thing is 7s or 8s, and you know how possessions are generated in the National Football League, or calculated, I should say. Like, come on, man, let's cut it out, bro. That was laughable, bro. He almost threw the game away. A game we was up by 22 win.
22, bro.
I don't care about the fumble.
22-0.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't care about the fumble. Yeah, it was a bad call, but that was in the league from time to time. They miss one, and it costs you some points. But had we taken the points that was there for us to take, they would, even if they got the touchdown and went out and they got 8 points out of that. They got a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, right? It wouldn't have mattered because we would have already took points. It still would have been a 2-possession game with that. Had we took our points. And then this is the part that really bothers me about it, y'all. We don't use Jake Elliott. Then we try to use him on his first attempt, 57 yards.
Exactly.
We iced our own kicker. And I know y'all heard me say that before. And then to not have the wherewithal. You lost to the Falcons by 1 point, and that's a game you didn't take the field goal in. To not understand where you at for real, man. Nick make me nervous, man. Nick Sirianni make me nervous, man. Anybody that think that just because we won that game, we ain't gonna care about it. I'm not trying to hear that, bro. I'm trying to win a championship, bro. I'm not trying to be out here sad at the end of the season with this type of roster. It just don't make no sense.
Yeah. Like you said, to not learn your lesson from the Falcons game, which one was a loss, then to go out and survive a Saints game from the same bullshit. You survived a Saints game. It took a last-minute interception to save his job in the Saints game for making the exact same mistakes from the Falcons game. Iced Jake Elliott in the Saints game, did the exact same thing, and then to come back, not learn your lesson. I feel like he felt like he's protected by this little win streak, like, oh, we gonna forget because, oh, we've been winning. Let me try my little trickery again. So you're telling me you're up 22-0. They scored 14 points in 14 seconds. And that's not enough to get you to tighten up. Because after that, you drop back on 4th and inches. You drop back on 4th and inches. After that big ass scare we just have, you don't play it safe after that scare. Then you trot poor Jake Elliott out there at the end of the game to kick a 6. It's the total mismanagement. And I feel like when we were up on the Jags, when we was clicking and everything, and he wasn't taking the points and he was doing all that, that's disrespectful to these other. You felt like you was on the playground, like, oh, we just playing the Jags. Let me have some fun and go for it here. Let me have some fun and not take the points. This is a live football game. You see how quickly you know how quickly things can change. You play and you have to maintain no matter what's going on around you. You have to be consistent. That's the consistency. You train the same whether it's raining outside. You train the same whether it's sunny outside. He thought he could play around and have some fun because we had a 2-score lead against the Jags. No, you still have to coach well and be consistent, because if you don't, then a scare like that could come back. A busted play like that, like Saquon, that busted fake play. If you don't coach the way you're supposed to coach, you could let one bad ref call cost you the game. That's some bullshit. I can't believe that. I just can't believe that.
I can't believe it either. You know, the touch push is way too involved in what we got going on for real.
Yeah,
I don't like that, bro.
I'm gonna be honest. It shouldn't be a part of the game plan. It should be we happen to be 4th and 1. Okay, it shouldn't be something you game plan off of, in my opinion.
You should, because people have been stopping it this year. Because we're literally doing it too much. You know what I mean? You don't even bring Jake Elliott out. You line up in the formation hoping somebody could drop off sides just so you can go for it on 2. Like, come on, let's cut it out, bro. Let's cut it out and play regular football, man. Let's cut it out and play regular football, man. Nick Sirianni got to go. We shouldn't have had this conversation at 7-2, y'all, or whatever we is.
All
we
he
on
got
a
to
4-game winning streak.
His job is easy. He's making his job that much more difficult. Just take the field goal. You're going up against an inferior opponent. You know they're inferior. They also know they're inferior, but they're going to still play the game because they're professionals. And you go up 22-0 on them. Okay, 22-0. Maybe you made some bad decisions in the first half that we didn't like, but you're still up 22-0 at one point in the game, right? You have a chance to redeem yourself. Just take the points, kick the field goals. A team like that can't come back if you just keep putting points on the board, no matter the fashion. 3 points, a touchdown, like just keep putting points on the board. But when you hurt yourself like this and you damn near negate a spectacular Jalen Hurts performance, you damn near negate a spectacular all-time Saquon Barkley game. We almost got that. Almost was a loss.
It was almost a loss.
And so many of your players elevated their games and showed why they were the better team. And Nick Sirianni just showed that he is still the weakest link, even though we've seen a few games where we're like, okay, he hasn't hurt them. Let's try to flip it, right? Is there a path from this tendency of Nick Sirianni to be ultra aggressive for no reason? Can he still redeem himself?
No, he can't. He can't redeem himself.
Even with the 6-2 record, he can't make any good decisions going forward.
This the thing. He was doing wild stuff in the 22-0 game. He'll do it at any given moment. Imagine what he'll do when we down. And I gotta make smart decisions. The only reason why we won that game is because the talent on the roster. We talk about all the good, right? We talk about Nakobe Dean. We talk about Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith had to catch one of the most improbable passes of the season so far for us to win that game.
And 3rd and 22, by the way. 3rd and 22.
You feel me? And Jalen Hurts had to throw that ball perfectly. Those are low percentage plays. Nakobe Dean with a walk-off interception, that's a low percentage play. Mm-hmm. That's his first career interception. So many low percentage things had to happen for us to win that game because the coaching malpractice. When if we would have played the game the right way, we running the ball out in that situation. Yeah. The game is over.
Yeah.
The game is over.
Yeah. The thing is, with Nick, we just don't know. It's too much of a wild card with him.
Can't trust him.
He did this. Okay, so we was up 22-0, right?
Yeah.
He did this same bullshit in a close game. He did this same dumb shit in a close game scenario. So you can't just say, "Oh, we was up, we was experimenting." He was doing this same malpractice in a close game against the Saints, where points were at a way more of a premium. Points was at an extremium. Okay, points was coming for $1 million, and he was still not taking the points in the Saints game. And then too, we can't trust that he's not going to revert back. We seen it.
Point.
He changed. He cut his hair and he changed his ways, and then he so quickly reverted back. Once that hair he started growing a little bit of hair back, a little bit of beard was coming back. Old Nick was coming back. So let's say he tightens up for the next 4 games. We don't know if he's going to pop back out in the bullshit in the playoffs. We don't know when he's going to pop back out.
I see why some of the players might have had smoke with him, particularly Jalen Hurts. I see why, because that type of coaching mindset leaves your players out to dry. Now, they score because you don't want to take points. Jalen almost throws a pick because now you got to throw the ball. The one with the hit off Devontae's hand, because now you have to throw the ball and be aggressive now. It was almost a pick. You know what I mean? It makes you have to play the game a different way now because now you're in a game now. You shouldn't have been in the game.
I agree.
You shouldn't have been in the game. You shouldn't have. If the Jags score and the Kobe Dean don't make that once in a lifetime play, because the Kobe Dean ain't no cornerback, bro.
Yeah, he ran the route better than the running back did.
So many things had to go wrong for that to happen, bro. Trevor Lawrence had to throw a bad play. He had to run an excellent route. So many things had to go wrong. If the Jags score right there, you lose the game.
Yeah.
And then Nick Sirianni decides to play the game this way when you're visibly having got A.J. Brown was out the game. Why would you not be safer? Yeah. You down the weapon. A.J. Brown ain't even play against the Saints. Why would you do this? A.J. Brown didn't play against the Falcons. Why would you not take 3 points? One of your home run hitters ain't playing. Bro, man, listen, man, I'm going to keep it a beam, man. I don't think we can win a Super Bowl with the guy. As great as we are, we contenders, we all of this, we've been all of this before. I don't think we get our second Lombardi with him as the head coach. I don't care about his coaching record and none of that. He's had talented rosters, man. But players like that, Mike McCarthy might be better than him. And they want Mike McCarthy gone in Dallas.
I hear you. I can't really disagree with you. You know, it's one thing I do want to throw in there though, right? You know, although I agree with everything y'all said, I have no retort whatsoever. I want to try to find the silver lining of this guy because
you know what? How do I disable this chat? How do I disable this chat? They talking about we jumping on a Nick hate train. I don't think people realize what they saw yesterday, man. I got nothing else.
Yeah. Look. I'm all for criticizing Nick, and I've done, and I did plenty of that yesterday. And we're doing plenty of that today, right? We did start out with a lot of positives, right? Another positive I do want to highlight, even though Nick has been a very inconsistent decision maker, a baffling decision maker, he's grown to be someone that you can't really trust on a consistent basis to maintain decorum and just coach a simple football game. I do want to give him credit for having his team ready to play for 4 weeks in a row. Because through those shenanigans that we see in a game, Monday through Saturday, he has had his guys ready, locked in on the goal at hand. And to be quite honest with you, if they would have been in this situation 4 or 5 weeks ago, which they have been, you guys brought it up, the Atlanta Falcons game, you can see the maturity amongst the personnel. Now, the head coach, that's another conversation. But you can see the maturity from the personnel from week 2, week 3, up until this point, and handling that situation and responding to Nick's dysfunction. But I do want to give Nick credit for delivering a message throughout the week, and the guys responding to the message and playing up to par. He has to work on himself. The players have figured it out. He has to work on self now.
Give him credit for what? Doing 10% of his job? You don't get no credit or no awards for doing 10% of your job. Oh, he had the guys ready. Duh. That's his job. That's like saying, oh, you know what? I do want to give.
We've criticized him a lot.
No.
We gotta be consistent. We criticized him continuously about not having his team ready for 4 straight weeks.
That's
we
his
talked
job,
about that,
bro. That's like giving somebody an award for taking out the trash for 6 days.
We give Jalen Hurts awards for not turning the ball over.
10 months.
Hold on. We give Jalen Hurts awards for not turning the ball over. It's his job to protect the ball, right? But still, we give him credit for keeping it. It's the same logic. It's the same logic, though.
No, baby. Let me tell you why.
All right, break it down for me, sis.
I said 10% of his job. You
Okay.
try to give him a cookie for doing 10% of his job. Jalen Hurts was doing 75% of his job, but 25% wasn't there. It was a turnover.
Turnovers.
I'm not handing out no cookie for getting the guys ready. What? Gatorade?
So to your point,
going in there and giving a little speech. Hey guys, run fast. Hungry dogs run fast. You don't get no cookies for that.
So to your point,
no cookies for sabotaging us all season and then getting the guys ready. These is grown men. They know how to get ready. They playing for themselves and they playing to get paid. They ain't got nothing to do with Nick giving a little speech.
No, I disagree. I disagree. I disagree.
I'm 50-50 on it. I'm 50-50 on it.
Hold on, real quick.
I disagree.
I got to respond to something. I got to respond to what she said, though, because she said, you said 75 and 25%. You said Jalen Hurts is doing 75% of his job. Hence, the turnovers are 25%, right? But when you turn the ball over, that can make up a large majority of why you lose. I don't think having turnover issues is 25% of anything. So again, if we're going to give Jalen Hurts credit for doing the basic part of being a quarterback is protecting the ball, we got to give Nick Sirianni credit for doing his job, having his guys ready Monday through Saturday. A lot of these, hold on, wait. Let me cook. A lot of these NFL guys, when they talk, they say the hardest part is Monday through Saturday. Sunday is the easy part. So Nick Sirianni is fucking up on the easy part. I will give him that. But he does have this team focused. He has them in line.
I don't think so.
Let me say this first, LB, because he want to compare it to giving cookies. Jalen Hurts had 3 turnovers in the Packers game, right? But we won that game. He still did his job. He still won the game.
I'll say one because defense. I'll say defense won that game.
Jalen had 2 turnovers in the Saints game, but we still won. So that's 5 turnovers on Jalen Hurts, but he still did his job, i.e. win the game. That's why I said it's still
Nick Sirianni won the game. What are we talking about? He won the game.
No.
We won the game.
We have won despite of Nick Sirianni.
And they won in spite of Jalen Hurts' turnovers. What are we talking about? We can't keep moving it.
No. In terms of having the team prepared, I will say Nick Sirianni has absolutely not had the team prepared. You know what I mean? We was the only team in the NFL that ain't scored in the first quarter until yesterday. You know what I mean? And that is on Nick Sirianni and the game plan. Right. You know what I mean? That's on Nick Sirianni and the game plan for the first 15 scripted plays. I think it's the players that are we putting lipstick on the pig here, man. Nick Sirianni has been a liability this season, man.
I agree. You know what I mean? I don't want my position to get lost either.
No. I get it.
He's a liability. But I'm just trying to acknowledge Monday through Saturday. We've been criticizing him for not having his team ready. What's the message? What's the goal? What is he doing? The first 4 weeks, we killed him for not having his team ready to play. The Buccaneers game, we said, how do you not have his team? We've all said this. We said this. So
I don't remember ever saying not having the team ready. I said he was on some bullshit.
Maybe you didn't say it directly.
I didn't have the Bucs loss on Nick Sirianni. I said that the Bucs loss was on the defense missing 100 tackles. I said the Bucs loss was. I said specifically, I don't have nothing to say about Nick Sirianni after the Bucs loss. That is on record. That's on tape everywhere. I did not blame the Bucs loss on Nick Sirianni. Having the guys ready, I'm not handing no award. I'm not spending. After watching that bullshit, I got nothing nice to say. Oh, you had the guys ready. These is 30-year-old men. They've been playing. They know how to get ready. They know how to stretch. They know how to run the route. Smitty know how to make
everybody don't know how to get ready.
They know how to reverse hurdle somebody. All of them plays got nothing to do with Nick Sirianni.
I think we're the least prepared team in the league. You got to look at how many points we scored in the first quarter. 7 all season. So I don't think Nick Sirianni is doing a good job of getting us prepared, nor is he doing a good job at situational football and some of these times where we call some of these bad decisions. We are 6-2 because of Howie Roseman putting the talent around his roster. Vic Fangio getting his defense. This defense has been prepared. This defense has been ready. You know what I mean? Because it takes a defense to come out here and still win football games when your offense started as slow as we start. You know what I mean? The first game we score points in, we jump out to a 22-point lead. We ain't been up that much on nobody all year. And Nick Sirianni decides to do what he did yesterday. So I have nothing positive. Nick Sirianni was horrible yesterday. horrible. I don't care that he was horrible yesterday.
Mhm.
Because if the team isn't
I
as
agree.
talented as it was, and if the Giants coach came out there and did what Nick Sirianni did, they get blown out. They
I
get
agree.
blown out. You can't have a roster. You can't do that with a poor roster. You can't. You can't do that. What if Smitty gets hurt on that play where you got to make that? Wait, you got to turn into the loss. What if you get hurt on that play?
Yeah, Saquon, same thing. He had 27 carries. I think a season high in carries. I mean, you
You
kind of
feel me?
put your players in a position they really didn't have to
That's
be in.
what.
So
That's
again, right? I don't want it's sounding like I'm trying to defend him from yesterday, and I'm really not.
no.
I'm really
I
not.
don't think
Like,
we're trying to
like,
get your
defend him.
position.
I
Get your
think
position.
I think he was awful yesterday. I mean, like awful, like abysmal, like criminal. Like he should be, like I said, he should be drug tested. Absolutely, he should be drug tested. But there
I
was
don't think you're
there was a
trying to
clear
defend
disconnect
him.
those first 4 weeks between everybody. There was a clear disconnect between be it head coach, OC, DC. There was a disconnect. They were inconsistent. They were immature defensively. The quarterback had turnover issues. They were battling injuries. The first 4 weeks was just so many issues that we were trying to figure out what's going on. Nick Sirianni, what's your decision making? What's going on? You can't hurt your team. It was so many things we were addressing, and now we've seen this team for 4 straight weeks finally moving on one accord. The thing that stands out is Nick Sirianni's decision making. So that's something that they have to button up. They have 8 weeks to get it figured out for the playoffs, because these are the kind of decisions that will kill you when it matters most, when you're going up against a team like Detroit or the Ravens or the Chiefs, teams that will make you pay. So Nick Sirianni is not being bailed out on, under any circumstance. He needs to be held accountable for that. He would be in my office Monday morning if I was Jeffrey Lurie. He would be in my office.
Yeah, you got you.
No.
You have to take the decision making away, yo. You need to say, bro, you need to just direct traffic or do something else. But Kellen Moore is to make all the decisions for the offense. Kellen Moore got to make all the decisions for the offense. Yo, nothing changes with this team if you fire Nick Sirianni and Kellen Moore is the interim head coach. Nothing changed.
I do agree with that.
What,
I do agree
what
with that.
changes? Let's
I
think
do agree
about
with
this.
that.
Nick Sirianni don't call offense or defense. What the hell changed? We would lose a motivational speaker who ain't motivating nobody. We ain't coming out putting up points. He an offensive guy by trade. Nothing changes if you make Fangio or Kellen Moore the interim head coach. Now in the middle of the season, no nothing changed.
So
Well, hold on. I agree schematically and production wise, maybe nothing changes, but that means that Vic Fangio and Kellen Moore have additional tasks which can distract them from what their main why they're really there. So I'm not going to pretend. I mean, we've seen guys who have been DCs, they become head coaches. They're not the same guy, and
Right.
they're running their defense. So I don't want to just jump out the window and say nothing would change. Something would change. Something would change, because we've seen Vic Fangio as the head coach, not the most success, right? But we've never seen Kellen Moore. That's an unknown. But I just want to be reasonable about it. Something would change if you all of a sudden turn Kellen Moore or Vic Fangio to the head coach mid-season.
So, like you were saying, Tone, earlier in the season, there was a disconnect when we was discombobulated and Nick was heavy on the bullshit.
Right.
Who's to say, and we said, oh, well, the team is clicking now, so let's leave Nick Sirianni alone. No, because if Nick Sirianni starts that bullshit back, that disconnect could come back with the players.
That's a good point. I agree with that.
Things were smooth when Nick was doing what he was supposed to do. When Nick was not doing what he was supposed to do, everything was discombobulated. So who's to say that won't come back if Nick Sirianni goes back to the bullshit?
Right. I agree. But the bottom line is, when you're making decisions like that, and I think we can start to put a button on this topic at this point, right? Like, the bottom line is, when you make those type of decisions, it sows dissension amongst your roster. They lose trust in you. They start to look at you sideways. They start to wonder exactly if you're capable of doing the job. And they start to look at you as the weak link, right? They start to look at you saying, hold on, wait, we doing your job. We bailing you out. We telling you what to do offensively. We telling you what we want to do. Like, this decision-making thing is a huge deal. Games are won and lost based off of your head coach making the key decision at a key moment. And sometimes he overcomplicates the simple things. Right? Just take the field goal, watch the game, play the game, pace the game, get it. Like, he's been going for it in situations that are not gotta have it. That's what's blowing my mind, right? In the gotta have a situation, okay, take the 2 points or go for it on fourth down. These aren't gotta have it situations. You're dominating the opponent.
He didn't even challenge the Barkley fumble. I don't know if it was a challengeable play, but
They didn't let him.
They
didn't let him.
They let him.
Yeah, they already the replay assist thing they call it. They reviewed it and they claimed that it was what it was.
Yeah, well,
And they're lying, by the way, but that's a different conversation. But let's get to the super chats, y'all.
I can't even see him.
And I got you, brother. It's been a hell of a show. We had well over 1,000 people in this live stream. It's been fantastic. You guys have been awesome. We appreciate you for locking in on the content.
Hey, we might as well keep this time slot. You know, it's lunchtime with the bully slot.
Hey, listen, man. The more
This
eyes,
prime time slot. Y'all
It
better
is
make
prime
sure.
time.
Today too.
hey, listen,
Yeah,
if it work for y'all, work for me. If it work for y'all, work for me.
We say this every week. Every week we go live at a different time, and we might as well keep this time.
But it be LB saying it though. LB always the one be saying it. Yo, like we should keep this time. Like
This
it's always
the time. I just know when my people be up. We be, you know, we
I ain't mad at it.
We've been having lunch together for 8 years. So
yeah, facts. I feel you on that. But yeah, let's get to your super chats, man. We got a lot done today. Unpack this game a lot. Next up, they have the Cowboys.
Yep.
Got the Cowboys. We home for that game, right?
No, we go to Dallas.
We go to Dallas. Okay, so Eagles got Dallas on the road. Dallas is on the ropes. Will the Philadelphia Eagles give them life, or will the Philadelphia Eagles put the knife into the heart and twist it and bury the demon? We'll find out. But let's get to these super chats, you guys. We appreciate y'all for locking in. You've been tuned into the Link Up featuring Symone Stanley, Lord Brunson, and yours truly,
Yes, sir.
Tone DeShields II. All right. Chris, the Raikage Bruce with the $1.99 super chat. He says Nick and Dallas versus the Eagles this week. I can't argue with that. Not one bit. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate the super chat, brother.
Appreciate you.
Lunchtime Bully Dave with the $2 super. He says, LB, can we get that Foxy Mama video? Hashtag Eric Warren.
I see. I got a couple other videos I'm shooting. That's the old project, but we'll see. I'll see what I can do.
Bet. Thank you, Dave. We appreciate it. Chef Cook Skinner with the $5 super says, "Sup, Link Up fam." Hashtag get out of here. You know what? You pay for it. It's all right.
Chef Cooks, what up?
You paid for it. You paid for it.
Chef Cook's been outside this year, not last year though.
Shout out to the chef. Mansa Moonsa with the $9.99 super chat says, "Head coach will be our downfall. We have too much talent for us to be fighting for our head coach and the opposition. Head coach wants to prove himself because he doesn't add value football-wise. His ego and arrogance is detrimental." I agree 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
That's the best way to put it.
You laid it out perfectly. I've been calling him arrogant for weeks.
Appreciate it, super chat.
Warv back again with the $4.99. He says, for the Isaiah Rodgers fans, he got picked on all second half. He's even a worse tackler than Slay. Well, we knew Isaiah Rodgers wasn't a tackling machine. That's one thing we do know. But according to NFL Next Gen stats, Isaiah Rodgers was targeted 5 times. He only gave a 1 catch for 16 yards. That's the fact. So maybe you saw Avonte Maddox getting picked on. Maybe he picked on somebody in the slot or a safety. But the analytics, the numbers, and I treat these with a grain of salt. But he was targeted officially 5 times in that game. Only gave a 1 catch for 16 yards.
Why is Maddox still even getting reps?
Bro, the first time he touches the field, he gives up a pass interference.
Right.
Shouldn't be on the field. Anyway, thank you, War. We appreciate the super chat, brother.
Appreciate you, War.
All right. Philly 007 with the $2 super chat. He says, "Do y'all think Hurts gained his respect back?" Listen, that's not even what I care about anymore.
Absolutely.
Man. I don't care about that.
He never lost his respect.
Yeah. It's just people act like the game hasn't evolved, and they keep looking at the game through this 1980s, 1990s lens. Like, I'm sorry, like we're not seeing like we ain't got leather helmets anymore. Like these guys are doing spectacular things now with the football. Like these guys are dual threat guys now, right? We got guys that's gonna give you 20, 25 passing touchdowns, 20, 15 rushing yards, 30 plus touchdowns a season, guaranteed. I mean, the production is insane, and a lot of people say Jared Goff is balling. Well, guess what? On the season, Jalen Hurts, if I'm not mistaken, Jalen Hurts has 18 touchdowns on the year. 18 total touchdowns. He has 10 passing touchdowns, and he has 8 rushing touchdowns. 18 on the season. Jared Goff has 14, all passing. So again, production is production no matter where you get it from. Right. We knew Jalen Hurts had the respect. It's only a matter of time for people to realize it. And look, if they don't want to realize it, it's all good, man. They could kick rocks. All we know is we run into the Lombardi. That's the goal here.
They gonna see us at the end with the ring.
That's all it is, man. Big rings and things. You feel me? So fuck their respect. You know what I mean? Thank you, 007. Appreciate you, brother. Chef back again with the $5. He says, "Come on, Eagles fans. Y'all know you would take Jaden Daniels over Hurts. Why would I?"
Next comment.
Why would I?
Next comment.
Why would I? He's giving you 6-7 games of, okay, but can he last? It takes time to last in this league. You feel what I'm saying? He's a one-hit wonder as far as I'm concerned right now. Be patient. Enjoy it while you riding it. Pause.
Right. Enjoy it.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it was
Pause.
crazy.
Don't be worried
That
about
was
what we
crazy.
got going on.
That was crazy.
That was very
That was
crazy.
crazy.
That was the
was
craziest.
wild,
That was the
bro.
craziest. I don't think I heard nothing crazier than that one.
Me neither, bro. That was insane.
Yo, that was
bro.
flagrant.
I don't even want to repeat it.
And it was the voice, the
Yo,
like
that shit
what
was
is it called?
flagrant.
What's
That
it called with
That shit was
late night?
flagrant.
That late night. It was the Watercolors voice with it. Dude.
Man, I almost took my earbud out.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's
Ah,
what?
shit.
You caught yourself though.
Call myself quick. I was like, whoa. I'm like,
Whoa.
I felt like Tyson in his prime with that shit. Like,
Hey, man,
you know what I mean?
your brain automatically sent that signal to you, like, hey, brother.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Shout out to Chef, man. Shout out to Chef. Listen, just be humble, man, while you got a quarterback, while you got him. Just be humble, dog. Y'all new to this. Y'all ain't true to this yet. Anyway, War back again with the $4.99. He says, Nick scares. I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing about this shit. He says, Nick scares me, man. We still need a pass rusher. And I like CJ, but we got to keep it real. He's looking bad the majority of the year. Yes, CJ's been inconsistent. He's been inconsistent. Outside of that flash play, he's been pretty inconsistent. I will give you that. But yeah, Nick is scaring all of us for sure. Nick is scaring us for sure. Hey, listen, y'all. I caught myself. Leave me alone.
Nah, people don't judge like what he say.
No, chill. We good.
better
We
rewind.
good.
Right.
Yes.
We good.
Y'all better rewind.
we go get past that.
Right.
Shout out to Wharf, man. We appreciate you. Speaking of a pass rusher, we didn't really give Joshua his flowers. I mean,
No, we did. We
Two-
talked about it a little bit.
oh yeah, for sure. All right, 2 sacks, 5 sacks over the past 5 games. I mean, he's
Damn,
in
5 of the last 5?
yeah.
In his bag.
In
In his bag.
He had a sack 3 games in a row. He didn't have one last week, and then he had 2 yesterday. So, yeah, that's 5. Yep.
I wonder what's the name going to play Dak. That's what I'm waiting for.
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, they say he got a hamstring. They talking about he might be out for a couple weeks.
He's not playing.
Yeah, he's not playing.
Think about it. We've been saying hamstrings with the Eagles all season. AJ, Mailata, Goddard. How many games they missed on average between them so far?
Like 3 at least.
Like 3 minimum.
So who is their
I think-
backup?
And Dak said he heard something pop. He said he never heard that sound before.
Cooper Rush.
See, shoot.
He run the offense better than Dak.
I'm saying, bro, Rush got them back in that game against the Falcons yesterday.
Right.
Oh man. Yeah, they was out of that game, man. But anyway, shout out to Michael Felder, man, with the $10 super chat. He says, good afternoon, everybody. Appreciate you, Big Mike. Thank you, Big Dog. And he back again with the other super chats. Just, just throwing the love down. Donated $30, man. We appreciate you, Michael.
My God, Michael Felder.
Appreciate you, Big
Appreciate
Dog.
you, Mike.
Means a lot to us. Thank you, brother. And then Ward back again with the $4.99 says there's no way that my Isaiah Rodgers coverage numbers are accurate. He gave up 2 long plays back to back in the fourth
Not him
quarter.
doubling back with it.
Hey, let's get paid for it.
He said, "I'll be advanced stats."
Oh man.
No, that's fact. He did give up 2 plays.
No, he did. Listen, I was reading over so straight.
So maybe he probably was in coverage.
See,
Maybe
I was
he was in
I was
zone. Maybe he was
confused
in
because
zone
like
level.
I know what I saw, but then I doubled back and I'm like, hold on, wait, like did was it not him? Like so,
Right.
like,
Maybe he was in zone.
Listen, now I only watched the game once. I got to rewatch it.
Yeah, I'm about to watch it again when I get back in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again. But hey, it's a war. If you right, you right. Listen, I ain't mad at it. I don't think you're better than Slay. I still don't think that. So anyway,
When is Slay back?
Cody back again with the $2. Would any of you 3 trade Nick for Doug at the?
No.
At the end of the year?
No, I'm not trading.
Nah.
I'm not trading Nick for Doug because as of right now, Doug is looking like a one-hit wonder. Like, I mean, I love Doug to death, but
Nick ain't got no hits. Give me
Nick
Doug
ain't
back.
Nick ain't got no hits.
Give me Doug back.
Nick ain't got no hits.
Listen, listen, Doug gonna take them points.
Doug went
Doug gonna
diamond.
do his job.
Doug is gonna take them points.
Doug is gonna take them
And
points.
Doug is the good play caller too.
Doug is gonna take them points. Doug went diamond.
Right.
Shout out to Cody. Chef back again with the $5. He said we're gonna beat the pigeons off. Coaching alone. Oh, please. You keep panicking embarrassed, Chef, but it's all good. I ain't mad at it, brother. Cody with the $5. He said, I'm sick of the tush push. Barkley can get 150 yards a game, but not a 1 yard rush. Come on, coaches. I agree. I'm with you. I'm tired of that shit too. I said that at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year, I said, yo, we need to retire that shit for a little while. Like put it on ice for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I wish we didn't jump off sides. I wanted to see that other variation from the formation of it. I wanted to see that bad.
Yeah, I agree. Richard Cooper with the 499 says we were literally missing at least 5 points to go on top of the 22-point lead in the third quarter because of Nick. When the hell? When
they still had 0.
Oh, when they still had 0 points. Yeah, man, you're right. We left points. He took points off the board. He literally took points off the board. I'm like, nah, bro.
It was supposed to be 27-0.
Bro, we supposed to win that game based off the numbers. We supposed to win that game 37-23.
Yep.
37-23. If he just take the field goals and take the points when needed.
Nick fucked up so many people point spread.
Bro, did he ever? Shout out to Chef Cooks with the $2. Listen, messing people with point spread that bad. They may have a talk with him. They may have a talk with him. You know, the NFL don't play about their betters. Chef Cooks for $2 to protect Nick and Jerry Wayne at all costs. Jerry Wayne, that's cute, man. That's cute. Remember, you still the Commanders though, so y'all liable to fuck it up. Chris back with the super chat. 499 says Nick hate train. Chat, this guy's killing us worse than Chip Kelly. Nah. Chip Kelly was just crazy. Chip Kelly was. Nah, I don't know if he in that territory, but
chat, this guy is killing us worse than Chip Kelly.
Nah. Chip Kelly had the dudes.
Chip sold the whole team.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, Chip messed that up.
Yeah. Philip Thomas with the $10 super chat or super sticker, excuse me. Thank you, Philip. We appreciate it, bro.
Appreciate you, boss.
Timothy Timmy with the 499 says you can control playmaking decisions. You can't always control turnovers. Oh yeah, he must be talking about. He talked about earlier.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Thank you, Timothy.
Hannah A with the 499 super chat. Question: do we know for sure Kellen didn't make those calls and Sirianni co-signed? Sirianni doesn't have the emotional temperament to coach. So to answer your first question, Sirianni he's the one that decides if they go for it. Now the play call is probably where your question really fits, right? Who's calling that particular play? But regardless, they shouldn't even be going for it. We shouldn't even get to that point of deciding what play we're using. They shouldn't even be going for it in those situations. To your point, and yes, I agree. He's not emotionally stable.
Plumber, what section you sitting in? Let me get them. Talking about little mama, tell her I got tickets for the Skins game.
Who are you talking about?
In the live chat.
He ain't talking about me or Tone. But I'm gonna get them tickets though. Let me get that.
Oh, where the tickets at?
Right, what section you in?
He said, "Little mama."
Right.
That's definitely an old head. That's definitely an old head. Old heads love Little Mama.
Little Mama, let me come talk to you real quick.
They love Little Mama or Baby Girl.
Right.
He said, "Little Mama." Shout out to him. Shout out to him, man. Listen, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Philip Thomas with the super chat. Thank you, Hannah. Philip Thomas with the $2 super chat. He says, overall, we were able to overcome adversity. Yeah, for sure. Adversity.
I mean, that's why everybody's so happy. That's
why we spent 40 minutes of the show talking about positives. So
sure did. Green Wingman with the $10. He says Eagles need to work in Will Shipley at some point into the season. Saquon has had too many carries, and you need to keep him healthy for the playoffs as well as beyond. To your point, Green Wingman, there was points in that game where I was saying to myself, Gainwell has to run better because you don't want Saquon running 30 times a game. He had over 30 touches yesterday, or 30 touches exactly, if I'm not mistaken. So you want to do
more touches in the second quarter than they had as a team. He had more touches than that whole Jaguars.
Yeah, you want to do a better job at utilizing Saquon, but also Kenny Gainwell has to do a better job at relieving him. Right? When Saquon comes off the field, Kenny, you got to do a better job at keeping the motion.
Gainwell just be falling over.
Even if he just getting 5 yards, 4 yards, you're keeping the train moving. You're keeping us on schedule, right? Every time he came in, it was like a 1 yard gain, 2 yard gain, or a loss. He didn't really impact the game. He had a better game against the Giants, obviously, but he has to do a better job of being consistently the reliever. That's his role right now. If Kenny can be a steady reliever, he'll give you maybe 5 or 6 carries a game, 7 carries a game. If you're running the ball heavy like that, maybe 10 carries a game, and he gives you 50, 60 yards. I can live with that. That's a potent run game, a complete running game. Right now, we're Saquon centric. So Kenny has to do a better job at relieving Saquon.
A big better. Like I said, he be coming in, falling over.
Yeah, always, man. Shout out to Green Wingman. I appreciate you. And I'm a big Will Shipley fan. I would love to see him more utilized. Cody, it's the final super chat, y'all. Then we out of here. He says, keep up the good work, y'all. And be a little nicer than Nick. Just kidding. He might be the Meg Griffin of the Eagles. Yo, that's good. That's good. The Meg Griffin of the Eagles. That was good. Hey, let's shout out to you, Cody. We appreciate it. All right, y'all. That's today's show, man. It was fun. Me and Symone got into it. So it was a complete show, right?
We all got into it.
Nah, I put on my glasses. When you see family members like having a discussion, you're just gonna make you a sandwich. Stay out the way. Stay out the way.
Facts. But at the end of the day, I think we all can agree that Nick Sirianni has to do a better job at being the leader of this team, being the decision maker. He has to do a better job here. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. There's no way around it. He's costing his team points. He's going to cost them a game. He's already cost them a couple.
I'm looking at Buddy. He's talking about what's the ad plumber.
Have you not been on the show before, plumber? I'm confused.
Yeah.
He said, little mom, I'm 33.
Subscribe. First of all, subscribe.
He said, I'm 33.
He said, somebody said I like a little disagreement, shows different perspectives. Yeah, I feel like we do a good job.
Yeah.
When we be going at it.
It ain't like what Skip did to Shannon.
Yeah.
It ain't like
crazy.
that.
Every once in a while, we going usually I feel like 90% of the time we all be agreeing.
Yeah.
We agree. And it could because we all want the same thing, and we all rock with this team at the end of the day. So we always pretty much going to believe. I say this all the time, right? And then we can close the show on this. We all want the same thing in the end, but we just all have different philosophies on how to get it done, right? Some people want Jalen Hurts to play one way. Some people want him to play another way. And then Nick Sirianni, I think we're all in agreement that he's a bad decision maker, but some people want to give him a little bit more credit. Some people don't want to give him any credit, right? So I feel like there are these nuggets about the Eagles that are polarizing, that really do split the aisle. And it's so ironic, given the climate we're in right now, right? Like sports is just such a polarizing game, and you're always going to disagree on philosophy. But when it comes to the Eagles, man, as long as they keep winning, that's all that matters, right? On the season, they are 6-2. Next up, they got the Dallas Cowboys, hoping to go 7-2. I think they will go 7-2, especially if Dak doesn't play. Any final words from y'all before we get out of here?
No.
A win is a win. We still winning. 4-game winning streak. I won't start complaining again until next week.
Dallas is food. That's all I got to say. They food. I really hope we blow them out. I don't care who healthy. I don't care who not. I don't hear no excuses. They got to go. They got to go. They got to get packed up. They got to go. They got to get swept this year. And Terrence Parsons, if you're watching this, just make sure you have my money, bro. Zelle, Venmo.
Yeah, he need to cough up that money.
Yeah, Zelle, Venmo.
Y'all made a bet? Y'all made a friendly bet?
The friendly. I don't do no friendly bets. I don't do friendly low cousins, and I like if we'd have made a friendly bet, it would have been some push-ups involved or something. This bet about some chicken. Bitcoin, sandbox. I accept everything.
Has the number been disclosed, or y'all keeping that low?
It was $500.
It was a little 500.
Little 500.
A little nickel.
Did he confirm? Did he agree to that?
He better be careful, man.
He confirmed. He confirmed.
Yeah, he need to cough that
but listen, here's the thing though. He need to be careful making bets because I know Micah got him on an allowance or something, so he got to be careful. Like
he got it. That's why I said I was like, let me get a little bit of NFL, big bro. That's That's why I told him. I said a little 5 piece,
little 5. Ticket off the top. Mike ain't gonna see it. So just take it off the top.
Yeah, just a little sneaker money. That's what I'm saying. Give me that sneaker money. Man, we good.
Oh man, I love it. And just to put a button on the show, y'all, we appreciate y'all. I just want to make it very clear. Jalen Hurts over the past 4 games, completing 72% of his passes, 60 for 83, 844 passing yards, 12 total touchdowns, 159 rushing yards, no turnovers, averaging over 10 yards a pass attempt, averaging a 127.5 passer rating, just playing at an elite level right now, operating the offense at a high level, being patient, allowing his numbers to do what they're going to do. Man, oh man. Jalen Hurts in his bag. He in his bag right now. And I think he's going to really put up some numbers in Dallas. And it's straight like that. So, Eagles fans, be out of here. Y'all have been tuned into the Link Up. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. And by the way, smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to Symone Stanley. Subscribe to Lord Brunson. Subscribe to me, Tone DeShields II, at Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, We just got to charge it to the game. Once again, this has been the Link Up featuring Symone Stanley, Lord Brunson, and myself, Tone DeShields II. And we're out of here, y'all. Fly Eagles fly.
Play the beat.